What's going on, y'all? DeSwami here. I hope y'all having a good day as usual. As you can tell by the title of this video, I'm going to be showing you guys how I make a future bass remix from scratch by just having the acapella, and this is uncut, so you basically see my entire thought process and what I do next to help progress the song. This is going to be a multiple part video, as you can tell by the title. So this is just going to be like the intro verse section and how to get started, and the next video I'll be showing you how to do the build up and the drop. So yeah, just get right into it. Alright, so I just have a stock Logic template here, and first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna drag the acapella in. So I'm gonna use the acapella from Asher Postman's Going to the Sun because he did a remix competition, so I have like the vocal stems for it. And I'm just gonna get it, first things first, I'm gonna get it into time. So included was the key and BPM of the song, which is 135 in the key of C major. But if you were to have an acapella, usually you would just search up like the original key of the song and the BPM, and then you would just get it into time by putting it into the tempo it's in. So it says it's in 135, but I'm actually gonna half time it to 67.5 because I want to work at like in like a slower tempo. I don't want to work over 150 or like 140 or something. I'm just more comfortable in this range. So I'm just gonna check if this is in time and play with the metronome.
Eyes like an ocean, and you're pulling me.
Yeah, so that sounds in time. So I'm actually gonna speed up this tempo and to like maybe like 85. I think that's
eyes like an ocean, and you're pulling me in.
So yeah, it sounds a little sped up, but I think that should be fine for now. And also I'm gonna work with preset MIDI because Somatics recently released a pack called Utopia. It was a free sample pack that had like Porter Robinson samples in it, and it was like really worth it because it was free, and it just has like some good chords in it, and I kind of want to use these chords in one of them. So this says it's in C major. I think I'm gonna take out this ARP though. I don't think I'm gonna use it for now. So this is the key. This is F sharp major. Okay, I'm gonna mute this because I don't think I'm gonna need this for now, but maybe it might come in handy later. So I just switched the key of this MIDI just to make it to a scale that I'm more comfortable with, and then I'll just match the vocal to this. So now I'm in F sharp major. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just extend some of these notes because it looks like there's like certain notes that like aren't like that long. So I'm just gonna hold Shift Alt while I'm dragging the notes, so that way they're all the same size. And I'm gonna just reduce the size of these two to make sure they fit. So now we have like a progression that's in F sharp major. So as I said before, the key of this song or this acapella is in C major, and F sharp major is 6 steps higher. So I'm gonna put this +6, and now let's hear what that sounds like.
Eyes like an ocean, and you're pulling me in. Yeah, you're pulling me into this emotion. Oh, I taste the salt.
Yeah, that sounds like it's in key. I'm gonna just do a little editing on these vocals to make sure like it sounds like it's mine. So I'm just gonna low cut it just for safe measure, and then I'm gonna pitch correct it or throw some auto tune on it. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just get this into the key I'm using, which is F sharp major, and I'm gonna have it all the way to the fastest setting, and then I'm just gonna move it up slowly so that it doesn't sound too auto-tune-ish.
Eyes like an ocean, and you're pulling me in. Yeah, you're pulling me into this emotion. Oh, I taste the salt on your skin, and you're pulling me in.
Yeah, I think that sounds fine. And then I'm just gonna add CLA vocals. It's a plugin from Waves if you haven't heard of it, but it's really good on vocals. Like you could just keep it stock and it'll usually just like make the vocals 10 times better.
Eyes like an ocean, and you're pulling.
Okay, maybe turn up this.
Me in. Yeah, you're pulling me into this emotion. Oh,
So yeah, without it would sound like this.
I taste the salt on your skin, and you're pulling me in.
Yeah, it just like gives it like more presence, and that way it'll sound like it's more a part of my mix. And there's like another stem I wanted to add. There's like a little, yeah, this effects thing right here. So I'm just gonna duplicate this. I'm gonna turn off this flex so that when I drag in the sample, it'll allow me to change the tempo of it again, because I'm gonna have to do that since I sped it up earlier. So I switch it back to 67.5, and then I'm gonna flex it and revert it back to the old tempo, and then pitch it up 6 so that way it's in key. I think I just kind of wanted that part. I think some of these parts might be too much. Yeah, like this. I think I'm gonna need this. Yeah, okay. That sounds fine for now. Okay, so first of all, the first thing I want to do is kind of like introduce like a future bass vibe to it. So I'm going to get a chord preset, and then I think I'm just going to add like a little rhythm to it. So I'm going to open up Serum right now, and then I'm just going to use a preset, and I like this preset, so I think I'm going to use this. This sounds pretty good if you're going to use like a kind of like a rhythm to your chords. So yeah, now I'm just gonna chop up the chords and give it like a little rhythm. So I think I wanted to go yeah, the first one's like on this half step right here, half beat. Yeah, it's like maybe a little longer. Just repeat the pattern a little bit. Let's go to this. Alright. So now I'm just gonna add another layer to this just to give it like more of like a high-end happy kind of vibe to it. I think I'm gonna use Massive for this because there's a preset I have in there that I like. And I'm just gonna low cut this because this has a lot of low end. Alright, that sounds pretty cool. So now also what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add like a little percussion loop just to get the groove going. So basically what I just did, I just held Option so that a little flex marker pops up, and that means when I drag the sample, it'll actually stretch it or compress it. So that way I make it in time. Now it's in time. Then I'm just gonna add like a little snap to like fill the space. So basically I just want it to like open up soft, and then I'll probably like have like a little verse section. So I kind of hear like if you ever listen to like Hawaii future bass, they always have like those dominant chords, like the little walk down where it sounds like it's like using like jazz chords, and I think I'm gonna do that same concept here. So I have like some MIDI also from Splice, and it kind of has like those chords. Since I'm not that good at programming those chords, I'm actually just gonna borrow those and I'm just gonna get it in key. So it's like if you listen to this, it has this like little walk down right here. So yeah, it uses like really jazzy chords. So I'm just gonna take that and then delete this, and I'm just gonna fit it to make sure it's in key, generally in key with the rest of my chords. But first I'm gonna make this faster because it's too slow right now. I want it to fit within 1 bar, and right now it's in 2. So now it's in 1 bar. So now it sounds like faster. Just extend this over. And now I just gotta make sure it's in key. So I'm gonna delete these and put these over here. So now I just gotta make it fit. I think this is in like C major or something. I'm not too sure. So maybe if I make this first chord in key, I'll understand. So this one looks like it's in F sharp major. So maybe I just pitch it down 1. No, that's not it. Maybe line it up with this. No. No. Okay, that sounds like it's in key. So now I could just copy this down. Oh, I actually meant to put this over here. I didn't know I copied this. So put that right there. Actually, just copy this over. So yeah, this is like gonna be like a little verse section where maybe I'll have like kicks and 808s. So I'm gonna just add those in. I kind of know the snare I want to use. The snare has like a really good punch and like warmth to it. I want to use this. And just throw that in there. And then I hear like a little transition sound. I think like a little toy or like a winding noise. So yeah, I have this set up. So right now I'm basically just like working off what I'm hearing. I'm just like adding whatever sounds good and just like thinking about like what I'm gonna add next. And that's basically my thought process right now, like using different instrumentation to get the point I want across. So now I'm gonna add like a kick. I think I'm gonna go to the Asher Postman sample pack for this because there's some really good kicks in here. Not something like really airy or has a, yeah, something like this. See if there's another choice though. Yeah, I think this is the best one. And I'm just gonna make a little kick pattern. And then this is like, this part has like a little wobble right here. Like a little stutter, I guess. I think the kick pattern just repeats. And maybe there's like one more. And then it like does that stutter again right here. And then I'm just gonna copy this. Oh, what? Oh shit, I accidentally extended these. So now I'm just gonna copy this first part over because I added like a little something to it. And then now I'm gonna add like a little 808 under the, just to like follow the kick and give it like a little bit more presence. So I'm gonna use Serum for this. I'm just gonna use like something really short. Gonna go into here. I think there's like an 808 preset. Yeah. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just get the bass notes of all these chords. And I think I'm just gonna have it follow the kick. So like whenever the kick hits, that's when the 808's gonna play. Oh, it's too low. Just move these over. So yeah, I'm just making a little bass line pattern right now. Do do do. And I think I just copy this over since the kick pattern is the same. So yeah, this might sound audible if you don't have like headphones on or anything, but I'm just gonna distort it a little. I think I'm gonna use a saturator and just use some Scotch fattener, just like give it a little boost in harmonics, and then just add like a little bit crusher to give it more of a high end, so it's a little bit more audible. And then I'm gonna add like a little attack to this, so that way it has like a little bit more room for the kick. Okay, this one doesn't need to be there. And then for this part, this is like a little breakdown section. So I'm just gonna switch up the instrumentation instead of like, you know, overthinking it. So you use the same chord and the same kind of progression, and then yeah, this should be. So I'm just gonna switch this to a different preset. Gonna use Serum for this. I hear like a kind of like a bell preset. And that's what I'm gonna do. Just gonna add this in there. Okay, it sounds kind of low at some parts. Maybe if I just throw it up an octave. Maybe add this to have a transition. Maybe like some chimes and like a little effects here and there, just so like, you know, keep like the progression going. And just, what else can I add? Yeah, maybe that. So just turn all these down, and then maybe like a little cymbal transition, just to like help like bring in the transition. And then this doesn't have a lot of body to it. It sounds like really high end because I had to throw it up an octave. So I think I'm just gonna add another preset to this as well. And I think I'm gonna use expand for this because I should have like a good mallet preset I made. Yeah, and it's called Good Mallet. And then I'm just gonna low cut this one, just leave more space for the other preset. I'm also gonna turn off the reverb because it's way too obnoxious. So yeah, see how effective that could be. All I did was just switch the instrumentation, but it sounds like you're listening to a whole different entire part of the song. So that's what you gotta do when you're progressing your remix or like whichever kind of song you're working with. I mean, it's way easier when you're working with a vocal because it's easier to understand your song structure, and that's why I prefer like always trying to work with an acapella or some kind of vocal. And right now I'm just adding like claps. So basically my thought process to this is that I had snaps in the intro, and this little verse section I use a snare, and now I'm breaking it down to like still have some energy, but like not too much. The snap will have like less of an impact than a clap, and the clap will have less of an impact than a snare. So always keep that in mind when you're choosing your instruments and what drums you want to use. So yeah, now I want to use like a clap because I want it to like, you know, have more of a breakdown feel. And then I'm just gonna add the snap on top of it. I'm gonna line this up a little more. Maybe like one more clap sample. Yeah, this one. Just like make it sound like it's multiple people clapping at once. I just added like a bunch of like clap samples that have like a little pre-shift to them, and they're all like playing like at different times, so like it gives the illusion that multiple people are like clapping like all together at once, because no one's really gonna clap all at the same time. Except they won't clap that off. I don't know what happened there. So I'm actually kind of in a dilemma because this is a 8-bar chord progression in reality, because I have like this like little part right here, and so what I'm actually gonna do is I'm actually gonna repeat this little phrase right here. So I'm gonna throw this over here, so that way I can extend it, and I can have like these chords and the like the little phrase we have. So this is another benefit of working with an acapella, because it gives you more ability to more power to like manipulate your song structure, because without an acapella you'd be more forced to like kind of just picture it and do things on your own. I mean, it's possible, but you know, with the acapella it's way more easier. So yeah, basically I just added this extra 4 bars just so I could get this part to play inside. Okay, so this actually needs to go up an octave, and this actually happens a little too fast. I think instead of having it on this like little triplet groove, I think it instead plays every bar or every beat. So now it should sound like this. Yeah, that sounds way better. And then this is where the buildup would happen, and then the drop. But I'm gonna actually save that for the next video. I'm gonna wrap this one up here. I'll just play what I have so far. In this video, I kind of just want to show like how to get started when you're working with an acapella, and what are the steps required, or my thought process of what I'm trying to work with, and like just like getting started fast and not losing your inspiration, and just build off of that. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure to leave a like, comment, subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Keep an eye out for the next one, because you know, this might turn out to something really good. Peace. Like an ocean, and